The next reading that I'm going to be taking from is Women's Ideal Liberation, Islamic versus Western Understanding by Ruqayya Laurel Hill Abdul Salam. This book is especially important to me because I designed the cover for it. Alhamdulillah, I didn't actually get a copy of this until somebody had donated to me several books to give to new Muslims. And I saw this one, and I'm like, I have to keep this. Alhamdulillah. So I have a copy of the book. This is my cover, alhamdulillah. And I'm going to read to you about the abolishment of the family. The current chaos in Western society is felt by women and children most because the man-made system has neglected their needs and rights. When religion is not placed at the center of importance of a society, then for every step towards progress means a step away from religion and family. Contrary to this, true religious guidance has always stressed the importance of family, women, and especially of mothers. In the West, other areas of life often take priority, with the family unit sometimes ranking last. According to most politicians, the family and the mother are not the basic cornerstone of the society, and according to many individuals, work is more important than family. At once, this has stripped women of their basic human right to procreate and has tried to alter women's identity as the significant other in the scope of human life, as if babies can grow up without a mother's love. At the same time, it has forced young children into situations in which they are unable to find security, love, and real care. Can life go on without the woman being willing to bear future generations? Apparently, some people feel it can. Can families remain strong and united if the job and money have become more important than the individuals of a family? Can children grow up under these conditions and become emotionally secure and confident individuals? Additionally, women in the West are still oppressed in the marriage custom, and they are being underpaid in the workplace. In either situation, women are the victims. Mother is replaced by daycare, parents are replaced by education, and belonging to family becomes belonging to society. For socialization to take root, the advantages of family, motherhood, and the maternal instinct must be uprooted and torn out of the human mind, especially out of the female psyche. In the West, this process began several decades ago, and today it is nearing full realization. If anyone doubts this, then explain why there are so many social services on the American continent. On just 2 pages of the telephone directory for a small rural town in Pennsylvania was a long social service list for alcohol treatment programs, child abuse centers, drug and other substance abuse centers, a runaway switchboard, a coalition against domestic violence and rape, an abortion hotline, pregnancy loss support programs, mental health support centers, sexual assault rehabilitation centers, a civil liberties union, and a venereal disease information centers. After observing this, one can ask, what has happened to people's lives, to the family, and to the important relations between the sexes? It can be concluded that in the West, the relevance of the family and motherhood was sabotaged long ago. It began in subtle ways with innocent and cleverly sent messages which targeted women's minds. The media told them that being a wife and mother is oppressive and limited and that children can raise themselves. It continued to akin children to rugrats and implied that raising children in nurseries was not harmful. Staying home with children was considered a waste of one's time and effort. The signs of how civilization has degraded the mother are all around. The number of marriages is decreasing while the number of divorces is escalating. The number of children per family is less and the number of illegitimate children is on the rise. More women are being employed and there are more single-parent families. Islam always put the family as the most important element of human beings' existence. It is supposed to be where one finds comfort and companionship and where the beauty of procreation through the lives of one's own children unfolds before his eyes. According to Islam, the woman as mother is a builder of nations. But today, in most parts of the world, mothers have been replaced by the public education system and daycare centers. People other than the family members are taking care of the children. The morals of Western society have been dispersed. The values people blindly cling to are a series of mixed messages and contradictions. For example, in Western culture where pornography is a legal multi-million-dollar empire, it is no longer considered wrong or exploitive. The new wave thinking is that posing of nude women is okay because they're consenting adults. Similar to this, but somewhat more confusing, is the legalization and authorized approval of prostitution. However, it is presently legalized in few areas. What explains the obvious restriction in governmental control? If it is morally wrong or a threat to society, then why make it legal at all? This is similar to the don't tell policy for homosexuals too, who want to enter the military. As long as it's kept quiet, it's okay. If morality is defined that which is between two consenting adults, how is the restriction on prostitution or the prohibition of certain sexual acts between legally married people explained? How are these not acts between consenting adults? Even more confusion is heard when feminists and others get on the bandwagon against beauty pageants, which have been in existence for 75 years. the same number of years women in this country were granted the right to vote. Beauty pageants promote the value of being beautiful. The contestants wear bathing suits and are judged greatly on their beauty. One must be at least pretty to even get a pageant. Has there ever been an ugly beauty queen? What about other areas of society that no one seems bothered by, such as women casually going poolside wearing next to nothing G-string bikini? What about topless bars and nude dance clubs? What about the models in their modeling industry? Are they not valued for their good looks? If concern about the exploitation of women is sincere, then the entire culture must come under scrutiny.